Hey guys, it's Spike here. I want to talk about something that's a little bit touchy, even for me. And because I haven't really been able to make up my mind about this in previous times, and even still, I'm not sure if my position is right. I'm not sure whether my position, you know, is what it should be. But I feel like now I'm a little bit more secure in my position on the issue and able to argue for my side of the issue. So here I am. And this isn't a topic I've talked much about because, again, I haven't felt very strong about my position because it's an either way is wrong, in my opinion. If you really look at it, either way has its positives and negatives. And I don't think it's as much of a black and white situation as, at least in my mind, black and white, because I don't believe in black and white generally. But in my mind, a lot of things I can place black and white and explain why. This, I'm a little bit less like that. And I haven't been like that. But so that's why I'm arguing from the point of abortion as a necessary evil. Because it is. Now, I have a friend. Okay, he's Catholic, and I don't know if this is why he thinks so, but he thinks that abortion should be legal. It has to be legal, but that it's still wrong. So, I think that's sort of my position on it, in a sense. And, look, the way I think about it, abortion is this. If we look at it completely objectively, completely removing all emotion, then we would have to say that yes, abortion should be legal. A. Population. We don't exactly need a larger population. You know, it's hard enough for us with a lot of people that are suffering and poor and people that can't afford what they need. And there is definitely an overpopulation of humans, and I really don't think that needs to grow. I mean, if you take a look at what they did in China, I'm not supporting anything like that, but you know, they had a limit on the kids you could have. That's how bad some of these population problems are getting. We don't need more people. That now I could consider having a kid biologically, but I would be able to take care of it, and I would want my kid. Okay, let me bring up one other clear thing. I could never, I mean, I'm not the one getting the abortion, obviously, but I could never have sex with someone, knowing that if something went wrong, they would get the kid aborted. If they wanted to adopt it because we weren't ready to take care of it, I might be able to do that. But I would never, ever be okay with my own child getting aborted. Ever. And, okay. But the thing is, if a child isn't wanted by the parents, and this is an emotional argument too, is it fair to place that child into the world unwanted, to place that child into a position where their parents can't take care of them? Their parents wanted them to be aborted. You know, to where they're not getting the support they need. When they're not getting everything they need as a child. You know, I've heard people say it's not up to us to decide a child's future. But some of these kids that, if abortion were illegal, that couldn't be an abortion because it wasn't allowed, wouldn't have much of a future. That's the reality of it. Now, I'm sure no one feels right about going to get an abortion. I mean, there are people who do it and feel completely terrible about it afterwards. But rape victims. Here's another thing. A lot of people feel like it should be illegal except for rape victims. And there are people that say that even rape victims, it's like they don't get to decide a child's future either. But how are you going to tell a rape victim that they have to have a kid and take care of it? Oftentimes, when they're in a position where they can't really have and take care of the kid. You know, how are you going to tell that to someone? That they are going to have to pay for the consequences of what someone else did to them. More than just the emotional trauma of rape itself. And I'm sure some would choose to keep the kid. But if someone didn't want to and wanted to have an abortion after being raped, I have a hard time saying that we should be able to tell them no. You know, and that's one of the reasons also why it's a necessary evil. And let's be real here. There's no proof for a soul being created at conception. So there really are no ambitions within that child at that early stage of development. No feelings, no emotions, no dreams to be shattered, no real life to be taken. I'm not supporting killing by any means. But, and again, I'm not saying go get an abortion. I'm saying it has to be legal. It has no life to be ruined, truly. Yet, this other person who's forced to get, have the kid and take care of it, their life is being ruined. So some would say it's choosing one life over another, and the child didn't choose to die. But the problem with that is, again, we try to talk about a conception. Truth is, this child really had no life to lose. Killing a 6-year-old or a 4-year-old is much different because of the emotional effect they've had on those around them, and because of the agony and pain they would feel and those around them would feel. Because having experienced this life, they shouldn't have it cut short. But these people, these kids in the womb, haven't experienced it. That being said, it's got to happen within the first 3 months. I'm sorry, but it has got to be. I don't know if it's 2.5 or 3, but it's got to be within that time limit. Anything after that is sick. Okay, and let me explain. Because of what it does to the kid. The kid can feel it. They're breaking its bones, chopping it out, killing what is a live baby inside the womb. That is disgusting. So basically, because of the reasons of population, which we don't need to go up, because of the reasons of we want the kids to have a real life, if they're going to be taken care of by parents who love them, not grudgingly having a crappy life growing up, based that might as well be dead. And that we have no real proof for a soul at conception. I don't think that people should be having abortions. I think they should be responsible sexually, as to not mess with having kids when they're not ready. But I just think it needs to be legal.